It's awesome.
Good evening. I was about to say good morning. Good evening, everybody. Oh, sorry.
I got it.
I was working the mouse and you were working the mouse pad.
How's everyone doing? I'm Jack.
I'm Tangy.
This is Freedom Homestead. If you're new to our channel, we're just a family that likes to, we garden and we do grocery hauls and cooking and recipes and homeschooling and any activity outdoors. If we go camping, we take you along with us. If we go fishing, we'll take you along with us. So we're just a family trying to live outdoors and be frugal and live off the land. That's what we do.
Yeah, we were in Michigan with M.I. Gardner and some other YouTubers, and we were trying to figure out, like, how would you categorize our channel? And I said, well, I know that there are lifestyle channels, so maybe you can consider us like hi Becky, you can consider us like a country family lifestyle channel.
Yeah, that
because
sounds pretty good.
we live in the country and we do all the country things.
Well,
Hey, Natural Danger.
I guess you could say we're just living the simple life.
Cooper. Hey, Coop. I saw your message on Instagram and I haven't messaged you back, but I will. What you were asking is very simple, so I will let you know. No, he's not talking about that. Hi, Tommy, how are you? Hey, Deborah, thank you.
Yeah, when you come in, say hi. If you're,
Jennifer.
tell us where you're from.
Yeah. And, well, we know where Cooper's from.
I know where Cooper's from.
Practical Fishing with Cooper, that is our good friend Cooper, and he has just started his channel. He loves fishing, and that is exactly what his channel is going to be about. So if you are into fishing, it would be very encouraging to him if you went and subscribed.
He's a nice young man, and I think he's having fun with his channel.
He is.
Getting it started.
Yeah, so definitely be sure to check him out. So let's say hi to all the people.
Hi from Utah, Virginia.
Yeah, hey
Georgia,
Tracy.
Brunswick, Georgia.
So
Is that
yes,
where Brunswick Stoops from?
we were in Michigan, and
I'm representing.
we had mentioned it a few times, but we were there for M.I. Gardner's grand opening of his store, and that was an amazing
It
time.
was so cool. Yeah.
We had the best time. So we could talk about, we do have a lot of videos coming up. Of course, we released one last night, which was just having some fun with Luke and getting to know him a little bit better.
I think most people already know who Luke is. In fact, most people probably
Thank you, Kayla.
knew him a lot longer than they've known us. They might have found us through him. But if you don't know about Luke, the M.I. Gardner,
Valerie.
he young man started doing videos on gardening when he was just a junior in high school, and this grew and grew, and he educated himself on this craft, and it truly is a craft, and he is super knowledgeable about what works, especially in his region. But he started selling seeds, and it grew as a big online company, and his seeds are amazing, by the way. We use his seeds, and every time we do, they produce really well.
Yes.
We're very happy with them. In fact, if you go to migardner.com and order the seeds, you can type in a discount code. Was it TCW10?
TCW10 is the coupon code that you enter in at checkout, and you will save 10%.
10% off. So instead of a 99-cent pack of seeds, it's an 89-cent pack of seeds.
Correct. So definitely save yourself some money and do that. Y'all know I'm all about the frugal. And so you guys know that when we go live, we try to do a shout out. And one of the shout outs is actually in the in our chat right now. So we had an amazing time that 1870s homestead.
I've been outside and it's been sunny, and now I can't see the screen.
Oh my goodness. So if you see right over there's a jar on my counter.
Oh.
It's got a little bit of red stuff there at the bottom. So we got to go hang out with that 1870s homestead. We do have a video that will be coming up in a few days where we actually got to walk around And Rachel and Todd sent us home with a bunch of goodies, and that jar over there
They were good.
is hibiscus tea, and I have been sipping on it all day. It is so good. She sent us home with crabapple jelly, tomato jam, homemade bread, eggs from their chickens, homemade chicken salad, which was incredible, and seems like there was something else. Oh, and the tea. So that was really awesome.
The salad we ate, the tuna salad.
It was chicken salad.
Chicken salad, I'm sorry.
I already said that. Yeah.
But more than that, they were just really nice to let us come and see their home and their farm and what they got set up, and that was really cool. That was really cool. I got some ideas.
Yes, Jack. I said, "Are you inspired, ready to start getting stuff done?" He's like, "Well, I mean, I've got some ideas," and I'm like, "No, now you're supposed to start building all the things." But yeah. So check out. Love them. They're just sweet, sweet people, and they are in Michigan. A great opening. I see Valerie D. We had our picture made with Valerie. She's there.
I remember her.
Let's see. Next time, Slumber
We
Party.
were buffering a little bit here. I hope we weren't on. See,
Okay.
we're buffering. Up on you guys because we're freezing up on our laptop in a minute. Yes.
Freezing again.
Freeze. Okay, I freeze.
Okay.
Anyway, though, we talked about M.I. Gardner, a young man starting his video, starting his online seed store, and now he has an actual brick and mortar store in Port Huron, Michigan. That is a cool town.
Yes, very cool.
I call it a community or a village. It's not like I don't know, it's just a cool little place up there by Lake Huron. And so excited for him. So excited for him. And just good role model for our young ones. Awesome. That meant a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He really is. I mean, because what he's doing embodies, I believe, the American spirit. It's you work hard, you start from the ground up, literally, and work hard. And this is what he's been able to do by working so hard. He
had a dream, he had a passion, he loved what he did, and he became very good at it, and it's paying off.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yes, go check out our video we posted last night. Last night,
as soon as we got in.
Yeah, a cool video, kind of introducing Luke, and he's telling you a few things that you may not know about him.
Yes.
More to come in the next couple days. So we won't give it all away, but some of the other YouTubers that were invited and that showed up, they posted videos already, so you can watch theirs and just watch ours, and you can see it from lots of different angles.
Right. So. And someone asked if Luke has a seed catalog. He doesn't have like a one you can hold in your hand, but if you go to migardner.com/store, then you can see all of his seeds, and I even have the link in the description box below if you want it. Let's see, so we got South Carolina. Why is the writing on your shirts backwards? You're filming through a mirror.
Are we?
No, it is backwards, but that's just
backwards. I see that.
Yeah, that's just because of the way the camera is. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, we got some more Kentuckians
I didn't notice that.
Here.
It is.
Oh, thank you, Stringfield. Stringfield Homestead, they got most of their seeds from Luke using his code, or using my code, so that's awesome.
Awesome.
Hey,
thank you.
Pure Living for Outdoors, I saw, I think you just recently subscribed, right? I think you found us through M.I. Gardner, am I right? Did I see that you had commented that? Watching Arms Family Homestead and love your videos.
Yes.
Look like we had fun. We did, and it was an amazing time.
I will say this, and again, in our videos the next few days,
Arms Family Homestead.
You may hear more of this, but Daniel Arms and DJ, his wife, Houston, their son, you talk about some cool people.
Well, don't forget Emily and Weston. They weren't
there, but they weren't able to make it. Their whole family really neat. Just really down to earth people. I love watching their videos, and we've met them a couple of times. Just every time we get to hang out with them, they're really nice people, and it was great to see them again. it was really great when you get to meet somebody for the very first time and you really don't know much about their channel or their family. And that was very true for, well, 1870s. We got to meet them for the very first time, but I felt like we already knew them.
Yeah.
But SSL Family Farm,
Mm-hmm.
I think their YouTube channel is the SSL
Dad.
Mm-hmm.
SSL Dad. Mm-hmm.
And SSL stands for Simply Sustainable Life.
Yes, or living.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I always get it wrong. Simply Sustainable Living. And just, they've got a farm too. And again, he knows a lot about computers and technology and farming. And he shares a lot of good information. And we get to talk with him and his wife.
Yes. Oh, they're so awesome.
They've got a daughter about the same age as our daughter.
They got along really well.
They became good friends, and those are some just
great
good
people.
Yeah.
And we have a lot in common. And I think our channels, well, I think they do a lot more homesteady stuff than we do. They have a lot of animals and things.
Yeah, they have the ability. They have more land, so they have the ability to do more livestock and farming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we had a lot in common.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
So it's
just solid people.
Yeah.
What I would say.
Nanda said, "Congrats to Luke and glad you had such a good time. Love the videos. Excited he's going to be at the conference." Me too. So speaking of the conference, and I even we passed out a bunch of flyers while we were there in Michigan, but there's a little thing happening in October called Homesteaders of America, and it is a conference that is taking place in Front Royal, Virginia on October 12th and 13th. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's right. And
you're right.
And we will, and Luke will be there. He'll be talking about setting up an autopilot garden. And I'm really anxious to hear about that because basically he's going to talk about how to set up your garden, like it sounds, to take care of itself. You plant it. It's very, very little maintenance. You plant and you harvest.
Yeah, that'd be the 12th.
The 12th and 13th. Okay. Yeah. So you can go to homesteadersofamerica.com to get more information, ticket information, lodging, and all of that stuff. But it is very well worth the trip. So, so let's talk about this for just a second. Amish Country Homestead.
Yeah, I saw
brought
that.
up. Did you hear Zaycon is going out of business? So I was past tense. A Zaycon affiliate for a short time. They let us know that they were doing away with the affiliate program. But before I was an affiliate, I was a customer and still am a customer. So along with everyone else, I am waiting to hear what's going to happen with the orders that we're waiting for.
Yeah, because
or the money that we sent. So
that's true.
So we have heard, and it's very disappointing. But it is what it is. So I'm hoping that, because I saw that as of today is when they are they are ceasing business.
So they were ceasing operations.
Operations, right? Yes.
So hopefully, orders that people have paid for that they're not going to fulfill,
that they will be refunding it. Yes.
They absolutely should.
Yes, they should. So
because we fall into that category.
Right. Oh yes, I did.
Hi, Amy.
Money. Yes.
Hi, Nanda.
Yeah, when you place an order, you pay up front, and then with the knowledge of when your pickup date is. Pickup dates are usually a couple of months out from when you place your order, and I'm okay with that. But like I said, it is what it is. So we just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, if you haven't heard anything, then definitely contact customer service, and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. Oh yes, everyone's asking about Luke's tacos. Okay. As you heard me say in the video, when he opened the baggie that he was marinating them in, and I was standing about 10 feet or so behind him, I could smell it. It smelled incredible. And and they were very tasty. His mother-in-law and his wife, of course, well, Cindy's was born in America, but they're Mexican, And so he had them make, asked if she would make some Mexican rice, and it was incredible. And I got to help in the kitchen. I made something I never made. It was like thinly shredded cabbage with some lime juice and salt.
I was standing probably 30 feet away, and I was with Daniel Arms. We were talking, and then all of a sudden we got this whiff of apple cider vinegar. And we look over, and Luke is marinating the chicken with it. And, well, he wasn't really marinating it, but he had already grilled it and flipped it over. And then he said it puts a glaze on it, and it actually kind of gives it an apple smoke flavor along with the briquettes and the smoke. They kind of glaze on that. And but no, when you ate the chicken, it wasn't. You weren't tasting apple cider vinegar. It was just very juicy, full of flavor, good stuff. Luke did an excellent job. His wife and their family, you talk about the sweetest people in the world. I tell you what, just good. I can't say enough about them.
They're very loving. Like, you don't feel like you're a stranger to them.
They made our family feel so welcome. They made our kids. They treated them like their kids. By the way, their little kid is
oh my goodness,
precious.
She is a sweet baby doll. She was so cute. But yeah, we had an amazing time. We got to hang out with other YouTubers. Doug from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. He crashed the party. Nobody knew who was coming. He just showed up.
Now, I was going to get to him.
Were you?
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you though, I'm glad. I'm so glad he showed up though, because he's fun.
He is fun.
He's fun. He brings the life to the party, and it was cool to have him around. And he's running around. You know, he's got more energy than 10 people.
Yes, he does.
And he's just chatting with everybody and just so energetic.
Yeah.
And so
it was funny because we were at Luke's, and we're all in the backyard, and we're all like walking around, and we're talking, and then all of a sudden you look out and you see an Amish guy approaching, and it's like, Doug?
No, you see the beard and the hat. I know him.
Yeah, it was so crazy. But yeah, we had such a wonderful time, and Luke and Cindy both really went out of their way to make sure that we felt special and taken care of, and it was just an amazing time. I mean, we just can't say enough about it. It was awesome.
There's someone from Louisville checking in.
Hey Peggy, how are you? But
you know what was really weird is we had a meeting.
Hey Amy.
We had a meet and greet earlier that day before Luke's store opened with some of us YouTubers that he had asked to kind of meet with him that morning, and people actually showed up and knew who we were in Michigan, and it really surprised me.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people obviously showed up and knew who Luke was, and some of the others, the Michigan crew, and we were leaving to go eat lunch.
Oh yeah.
And we walk around the corner. We're walking down this road, and this guy says, "Arms Family Homestead," and runs over. It's just cool when you're.
He's like what 24 hours away from home.
Yeah, he's over 800 miles away from his house, and you're walking down the road, and somebody recognizes you.
Hi, Rebecca.
You know, that was just, it was fun. I'd never really experienced anything like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Doug, Stacy couldn't make it. Kind of bummed about that, but Doug was there, and between Doug telling me about raised beds in my garden, Luke showing us his raised beds,
1870s.
Todd at 1870s Homestead showing us their raised beds. Raised beds, that's what we're going to start out with. We've kind of made the plan that we're going to start out with some raised beds, and then expand
and see where it goes.
That's the starting point. That's our starting point.
Yeah, so we're excited. We have a plan. It's just a matter of when we're going to get everything in action.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to go. How many YouTubers were in Michigan? the ones that we knew.
Oh, I don't know how many.
There-
A lot showed up, but
The ones that we knew, of course, were M.I. Gardner, us, the Fundamental Home, Arms Family Homestead. Of course, we met SSL Dad or SSL Family. Doug from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
yeah.
Um,
Arms
18
family.
or I said Arms
Okay.
Family. That 1870s Homestead,
Mm-hmm.
and those were the ones that we knew.
But there
I'm
were
pretty sure
more.
that was it.
There were more. There was other people that we met that said they were YouTubers.
Oh, okay. So the guy that knew Daniel,
Yeah, he had a YouTube.
he had a YouTube
thing.
channel.
I can't remember all of them though.
Yeah. I can't remember either, but
Which is bad because somebody's going to call me out. I can't believe you
I
missed
know.
me.
See, I get so much in trouble. Like if,
Yeah, I'm
if
sorry.
if you were
Sorry.
asking me to name my nieces and nephews, I'd get in trouble because I'll miss somebody. Let's see. Raised beds are great. Talking about kale.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're very excited and really looking
Yeah.
forward to getting started.
Well,
So
Doug.
just stay tuned and we will be sharing all of that with
Yeah,
y'all.
Doug and Luke, while we were there at Luke's house, looking at his raised beds and seeing how he does the planting and how he does the soil. And then Doug was telling me some other things that I could do. If I couldn't do it that way, I could try it this way. So they really did help out quite a bit. And then seeing how 1870s Homestead does theirs.
Man. I can't wait for y'all to see the video. Their homestead is so beautiful, and that's, I think, for most people, they choose function over aesthetics, but I want both, and they certainly have both. Luke has both. It's just very pretty and very functional, and of course you want to make sure that what you do is worth your effort. You want to make sure that you're getting enough food, out of your raised beds. But actually, what I liked was that.
Real quickly, Cooper, I will have to talk to you later about some fishing spots. There are some fishing spots, but we'll have to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I liked about 1870s Homestead, and I even mentioned this in the video, is that she kind of has a little bit of both. Well, she's got a lot of the raised beds, but then she also has some in-ground gardening that she's doing. And she's doing the Ruth, is it Ruth Stout? Is that what it's called? It's a deep mulch kind of thing. I'm not familiar with it, but some of you may know what that term means, or that person that came up with the method.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Back to
Ruth
Eden,
Stout, thank you.
those several people are mentioning Back to Eden, and that's what Doug was telling me about, and that sounds pretty cool. My gardener doesn't quite do it that way.
Not exactly. I mean, he does have wood chips to keep the weeds down around his beds.
Yeah. But it's close. I mean, he's
His
right
like
in that he's in that range, but
right, he doesn't have it in the beds. Like it's compost is
Right.
what he has his stuff planted in.
Let's see. What else we got going on?
So everybody knows who I'm talking
Hello
about
from
then.
California.
Let's see.
The strawberries were awesome.
Oh my goodness, they were so
He's
sweet.
got one raised bed, nothing but strawberries.
Two. He's got two.
Oh
raised
yeah,
beds
he's got
of
two.
strawberries.
Sorry about that. And man, it brought back memories of when I was a kid and my dad. They had a huge strawberry patch, but those you just eat a strawberry fresh from the garden. He said it best. Luke said it's nature's candy.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah.
It's nature's candy. I'm a big fan of strawberries.
Megan at Creating Essence said, Luke has very publicly stated his disdain for Back to Eden style. He does his own style.
Yeah.
To each his own, and that's true.
He's learned what works for him.
Right, and everybody does.
And here
Everybody has
we're
to.
in a different region. We're in a different growing season. We're going to have to learn what works here on our new property. We're on a new property that we're not familiar with the soil here. So we're just going to have to learn what works for us.
Right.
And Oklahoma's different. California is different. Virginia is different. So, I mean, you can all try certain similar concepts, but you really have to tweak it to make it work for
Right,
you.
fine work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people in the South, in Mississippi, I know Deep South Homestead does not do the back to Eden method. It does not work for them because of the pests and things like that. But yeah, so we will experiment and tweak. I mean, that's the thing about gardening. Y'all heard me say it before. It's not my quote; it's somebody else's quote. But in gardening, there are no such thing as failures, only experiments. And I think that's why, for me, even though I've been gardening now for 7-ish years, I don't feel like I've arrived. I feel like there's still so many things to learn, and each season you have to learn something new. You're going to have to do something different because no 2 seasons are the same. I'm always going to try to grow different things, so there's going to be a learning curve there. So it's okay if you don't.
That's true.
If you're thinking I can't do this, I kill everything. Well, I still kill things, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm running my mouth. What's going on?
Oh.
Thank you, Peggy. I'm
Yeah.
complimenting my hair.
Daddy's life. Wants to say hello. He can't
Hi.
stay because he's got to put the kids to bed. We have blackberries in now. I love blackberries.
You just don't like the seeds.
I don't like the seeds. I love blackberries.
Yeah, I have not got more glass gem corn seeds because I still have a huge jar, and if I want to plant those, I'll just get some out of my jar because they're dried, and I can do that. But here's the thing: we've talked to our neighbors that live right over here, and they said that they cannot grow corn because there's a bad raccoon problem here. They said they just gave up because the raccoons kept, eating all the corn. But apparently they don't really mess with anything else. It's just the corn that they mess with. So we may have to rely on our Amish friends down the road for corn.
But we have dogs.
Well, that is true.
Yeah. And remember the first couple of nights we were moving, we had the garbage out here and raccoons got into the garbage, but we had not brought the dogs to the new property yet. Since we've had the dogs, the only thing I've ever seen out here are chipmunks. We've got some chipmunks running around, and they tried to chew a wire off of my lawnmower, but
Yeah.
so that may help us with the dogs, keeping pests out of the garden.
Lee wants to know, is Georgia a good guard dog? She is a hunting dog.
She's a hunting dog.
Oh man.
She's a coon dog. No, she's not a coon dog, but she wants to be.
She wants to be. What's funny about, of course, she's part beagle, and I think that's why. But man, she gets locked on something, and you can't tear her away. We have seen her sit under a tree for hours.
Literally hours.
For hours with her head
Because she chased
up
a squirrel up a tree.
And doesn't move.
She'll sit there with that head looking up.
Just waiting. And the only time she'll move is if the squirrel moves. And then sometimes she'll get frustrated and she'll, woo, 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 woo,
And back at our old house, she actually got a few moles.
She dug canyons in our yard trying to get moles.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
So, yeah, she does pretty good.
Thanks, Pure Living for Outdoors and Daddy's Life. Thank y'all for coming and stopping by. Appreciate it. See, Amy said our hunting dog is screaming at a bear right now. Oh my goodness. You can't even hear us. Oh my word, that's funny. Can you keep livestock on your property? What types would you like to
bit
raise?
off more than he can handle.
Yeah, well, I guess that's Delilah that's probably doing that. Amish country. We could keep livestock, small livestock, but we're not going to because we are surrounded by other farms. So that's something that we briefly mentioned before. Where we are now with our at our new house here is that we really are trying to lock into our community. We have moved to a community of farmers. We have the Amish down the road. We have a goat and sheep farm. I mean, I can see it right here.
Yeah, I can see the goat.
Right across the field here, we've got another farmer. He raises beef cattle. We had a dog come up in our yard last week, called the owner. He raises hogs, and he said that he can give us a really good deal because he takes a loss on them.
And he said this winter if I want to learn how to butcher a hog and how to process them, he will teach me.
Yeah.
He said we could go film it, so.
Yes.
Goody for that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go over there and have some videos when it gets cool and they start butchering hogs.
Right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too. And you know, and I know there's you know, with the self-reliant community, there's a lot of, you know, not having to depend on other people. I kind of feel the opposite. I don't want to have to depend on huge corporations or people that I don't know that live far away on my food. But if I can plug into that farming community, I'm okay with relying on farmers that live next door to me. So, so for that reason, no, we're not planning on having anything other than chickens. We do want to get some chickens.
I like that.
I say maybe rabbits. I don't know. We haven't really talked about rabbits, but
so Amy Rogers said she found us. She's glad she found us from Arms Family Homestead, and thank you so much. We love Daniel and his family. And then John.
So glad you made it back.
Glad you made it back. Oh man, I'll tell you, that worried me more than anything because we had to drive through Detroit and some other big cities. And this was our first time going to Michigan. There was a lot of firsts for us this past weekend.
There was.
We met some great people that we had not met. That was first time meeting some new people. First time traveling up north to Michigan. As Daniel put it, he said, I knew we were going far north. I didn't know we were on the last 10 feet of America.
Yeah, we were literally
where were.
Our hotel was literally under the bridge to Canada.
Yeah.
If you went any farther north, the exit that we took to go to where we were staying was the last exit in America. If we passed it, we would have had to have a passport. It was crazy. Yeah,
and so we made it there safe. We made it back safe. Praise God for that. We prayed for protection, and He blessed us with that. So very thankful for everybody that was thinking of us on this trip. But and it was a tiring trip. All day today, we've just kind of been chilling out.
Right.
Trying to rest a little bit.
Let's see. Megan at Creating Essence says, before moving to Virginia, we lived across the lake from Canada. Yeah, we got to spend a few hours on Lake Huron. Oh my goodness, it was beautiful. Yeah. It's like an ocean. I mean, you cannot see the other side of the lake. Yeah. The shoreline is like way far away.
We were really on the lake. Well, we were at Port Huron, which is St. Clair River. Port Huron, St. Clair River. We were all up and down that river. Hey, if you have to walk, if it's getting late in the Eastern time and you've got to go, this will be on our channel. Go back and watch the rest of it later if you get a chance, sometime tomorrow or whatever. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah. But I don't know if you guys have noticed, but our sub count has like shot up. So if I know a couple of you have said this is your first time catching us live. Some of you guys are coming over from Arms Family Homestead. So that is really exciting. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you guys like what you see here.
Yeah, and that's why I said if you missed the beginning of the video, I kind of tried to introduce ourselves, and we just talked a little bit about what we do here as a family. We're just, we garden, we try to live we're on a tight budget, so we try to figure out ways to do our groceries and the things without breaking the bank.
Right.
And she said it, this is becoming homesteading, it's hard enough on your own, but when you get a connection with a community and you start meeting like-minded people, especially in the area you live, and you start connecting with them and working with them, it's so great when you can help provide something and they can help provide something, and before you know it, instead of one family just bearing all the burden on their own, the community helps out. So we're networking right now, and it looks like it's pretty promising in this area. But that's what we do. We garden. Sometimes we get to go hunting and fishing. Sometimes we just have a campfire out back and just hang out with the family.
Right.
And we just show you what we do.
So that's why I said we're like a country lifestyle, a country family lifestyle.
She does a lot of crafts. She's very crafty.
What you call it.
Homeschooling projects.
Yeah.
We share ideas with you, and sometimes you share ideas with us, and then we, we grow. That makes us a better family.
We try.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yes, and we had over 1 million views.
Yes. Yeah, we have over 1 million views. That was.
Yes.
Unexpected. I didn't realize that we were that close, and when I saw it last night, I was like, "What? That's crazy!" Very exciting. So Megan said they went to Mammoth Caverns this weekend. She has a whole new appreciation for what you do, creating it, creating essence.
You got to come to Mammoth. Lorraine's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Especially the reflecting
But it's little
pool.
bitty.
It is small.
We're big. We're Mammoth.
Or Mammoth, yes.
Yeah, it's totally different cave, but man, what we do is a little different because we're not a private operation. Well, you'll have to come.
Yeah. My favorite part of Mammoth Caverns though is that they call it a reflecting pool. You know what I'm talking about? It's that little lake, and then it's reflecting the ceiling.
Got a little bit of water.
And it's so
the way the light
cool.
hits it reflects all the formations from the ceiling, and it looks pretty.
So Jackie asked, do y'all have any info on the Zaycon Fresh Business suspension? We have not heard anything.
No, we just found out.
Yeah.
Literally an hour ago.
Yes, someone asked me on Facebook if I had heard about it, or not Facebook, Instagram, and I hadn't. And they said it was on the website. I go to the website, and there it was. And I said this at the top of the show, so I'll say it again. Before I was an affiliate, I was a customer. They actually did away with the affiliate program several weeks ago. So I'm still a customer like everybody else. I actually have 2 orders that I'm waiting on. So now I've got money tied up into the business too, and I'm waiting to find out if I'm going to get a refund or if I'm going to get my order. I don't know.
I hope I get a refund.
I hope so too. I'm disappointed. I'm very
Get a
disappointed.
refund and use it over here at the neighbors.
Yes, I would much rather take that money and support someone that lives right next door to me.
Somebody said they're thinking about moving to Arlington, Virginia.
I thought they said a Binghamton.
Okay. No, you just missed it. It went down. Oh, not Arlington. Yeah, that's a cemetery, isn't it?
Yeah, a Binghamton. Binghamton, Virginia.
I don't know exactly where that is, but I do know that we're big fans of Virginia.
We are.
As far as the countryside and landscape, I'm not a big fan of the DC, the DC area and the taxes. But you get over towards the Shenandoah Valley, where the Amy's area, where the Amy is.
Where the Amy is.
Yeah.
She's the Amy.
Where the Amy is. And then Southern Virginia.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It is. Well, we've said if we could live in any other state, we'd move to Virginia. Because it's just gorgeous there.
Well,
the Amy. You need a t-shirt. You need a t-shirt that says the Amy. That's awesome.
Where the Amy lives. Yeah.
Yes.
Before I went to Virginia, I always thought if I had to move somewhere, it'd be Missouri. Because Missouri is so much like Kentucky. But no, Virginia.
Yeah.
Kentucky used to be Virginia.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay. Let's see. Marie Lab. It's not nice, but I paid for courses once the academy went under.
Blacksburg. Yeah, Blacksburg. Yeah, that's a beautiful
what
area.
you're referring to. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Are the taxes high compared to you all? They are a tenth of what we had in New York. Yes. Yes. So one
cost of living is very good where we're at.
Yes, it is.
Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, they're good. Good cost of living. That area.
Right. So one of the things that I know they do in Virginia that they don't do in Kentucky is where you have to have your car. Don't you have to take your car in and have it approved or inspected?
No, you have to pass an emissions test.
Yeah, and then
to
there's
make sure that it's not creating too much pollution.
Right, and then there's okay, so we have to renew our tags every year. And when we do that, we pay our taxes.
We don't have to get our cars inspected like that.
No, and then it seems like there's something else that y'all have to pay for that we don't.
There's a lot more restrictions there.
Yeah.
Especially if you're building stuff.
Yeah. Francis says, great cost of living in Tennessee. Yes. Tennessee, Kentucky, I think they're kind of similar, but I think Tennessee has higher sales tax.
They do.
Yeah.
And well, again, as long as you're not living in an actual metropolis area.
Right, that's true. Yeah, that's
I
gonna
would-
vary.
When I say Kentucky's great, don't go to Louisville.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got a viewer from Louisville.
Yeah, but
I don't mean that in a bad way.
You just mean-
I was born there.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to live in a, well, we just moved from the subdivision to the country because we felt crowded. So we really wouldn't want to go back to a city life.
right.
Um,
Well, I mean, and
but in the city limits of a big place like Louisville or Lexington, it's just going to be different. I'm
thanks,
sorry.
Tanya. That's okay. Let's see.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Marie
interrupt
said, sorry, that was kind of vague. I was thinking if you don't get your money back from Zaycon, it happened to me in a different company. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it soon. Illinois is talking about starting a per mile tax. What? And upping the registration cost from 101 to 578 per car. We actually don't have a set limit on our
on how much you can drive.
on our car tax. It varies by the car, doesn't it?
It's what the value of the car is
Yeah.
estimated at.
Yeah, it's based on the value of the car.
Yeah, which depreciates each year
Right.
and stuff. Yeah,
Right. That's crazy.
we shouldn't have to pay car taxes
No.
yearly anyway. That's double dipping by the government.
Yes, it is.
Technically, it's illegal and it's not constitutional, but every state that does it gets away with it.
Right.
No one's going to challenge that. That's a whole nother program.
Yeah. Woo wee.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
a soapbox we might
So-
not want to get on tonight.
So back to gardening.
Something
These raised beds I'm getting excited
Woo,
about.
yeah.
Something I did learn from 1870s Homestead is how to use cattle panels correctly, because he showed me what he tried and he said that didn't work as well as how he's got it set up on his other beds, and he said that works better. So because I had actually thought about doing what he tried at first, and he said it actually works better doing it this way, setting them up like that and having spacers, and I was like, good idea. So it, again, you network with other homesteaders.
Yes.
It's so helpful.
Learn from each other.
Learn from each other.
Yeah, and it's,
Share ideas.
and it's such a wonderful community. And that was one thing. I'm trying to remember who said it or who asked about it. They were asking, you know, did you know any of these people? And it feels like we did. It feels like we picked up where we left off. It was like the first time we met Daniel and DJ. It didn't feel like we were meeting for the first time. I was like, it feels like we've done this before. Like, you know, and it could be because of YouTube. It could be, I mean, we had talked a lot outside of YouTube, you know, like on the phone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, and then like when we met 1870s, he was thinking we were seeing them again, when in fact it was the first time that we had actually met them in the flesh.
Yeah.
So, it really is an amazing, oh, there's Todd.
Blue Ridge Preppers here.
Yeah.
Todd's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said same for us. It felt like we've known you guys for like 10 years. It really does feel that way. It's crazy. And it's like even when we were at your house, I mean, we were only there for a little while, but it was very welcoming. Like, you know, we just felt like we can hang out, and, you know, it didn't feel awkward like the newness sometimes is. So it was just awesome. And that's one of the really cool things about the homesteading and gardening community. And that's just been the theme this whole weekend, like with Luke and hanging out with everybody. It felt like we were all just getting back together again instead of for the first time. So Rachel's out tending to the pigs. Yes, you guys will see the pigs. Of course, if you go over to their channel, you'll see their pigs. But we have a video coming out soon, and you'll get to see their little pigs. They were so cute.
Oh yeah.
And I love their goats. We got to feed their goats.
That's entertaining. I did notice they had a couple of chairs sitting out there by the garden, and I was like, I know they just come out here and they sit and they just enjoy that garden area. But I know they're watching those little pigs play.
Oh yeah.
Those little pigs. I caught them.
They're cute.
I watched them running around a few times. I was just like, Yeah, that's entertaining.
Well, they're like
To me,
little
that's
kids.
better than a fish tank watching fish. I just watch those pigs play.
Yeah, they're like little kids running back and forth. They're so cute. But yeah, man,
Rachel's out tending to the pigs
I
now.
saw that. Yeah. Okay, so Prairie's talking about in my gardener setup. Okay, and she also mentioned that it's perfect for those on smaller lots. When you look at how much food he produces and know that he only has a third of an acre,
A third of an acre.
and he only gardens one corner of
In a
his yard.
suburb.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you suburban people that say, well, I don't live out in the country, I can't grow a big garden.
Mm-hmm. He
Oh,
did.
man.
We did.
I mean, he proves that it can be done.
And he's got peach trees, he's got apple trees, berry bushes, and you know.
He's got a compost pile.
Oh yeah, and actually he
and
just
you don't
released a
even-
video about
You
it.
don't even really know it's there.
Yeah,
But-
it's behind his shed.
And what's cool is all of his neighbors, they don't think it's weird. They think it's amazing that he's doing this, and they want to come over and watch him and learn and help too. So it's really cool.
Yeah. And Luke just released a video today about what's happening in his compost pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we noticed that.
Yeah, we got to see
We
that,
noticed
and that
that.
was really fun. So Todd said, tonight we put the pigs and goats in the same paddock together. The pigs were chasing the goats around. They were terrified, cracking me up. That's hilarious.
Oh, I hope you got some video of that.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I really like y'all's dogs too. They have two, what do you call them again?
A dash hound?
No, Dotsies?
A Dotson?
Dotson. Little
Dotson?
wiener dogs.
Like
They
a
have-
Dotson dash hound? Like a
Whatever.
wiener dog?
Yeah, they have two wiener dogs, and one of them was really really sweet and just wanted to love and cuddle on you, and the other one, even though he's like this big, he's going to eat you up from the floor up. You know, he's just like, this is my place. What are you doing? But then like he got used to us, and he was very sweet.
Yeah, here's somebody, they have a lot that's 50 by 150, and they grow a ton.
Yes,
Yeah, people.
Dachshund. Thank you.
What does Doug say off grid with Doug and Stacy? He says, what does he say? He says, do what you can with what you got.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah,
Some people just sound cool. When
he
they say it.
likes to say it.
Yeah.
It's-
And one of the things that I loved, of course, you know, Luke, he's just so inspirational. And you can tell that's what he wants to do, is he wants to show people that no matter what stands in your way, if you let your dream guide you, you can do it.
Yeah.
And so he talked about the naysayers in his life, and one of them being a teacher that told him that he was crazy, and even gave him a D on a report that he wrote when he talked about wanting to be a professional gardener.
Yeah.
And I think Doug, he just kind of said, for those of you who are saying it can't be done, get out of the way of the people who are doing it.
Yeah.
And I love that. I thought that was so awesome.
Christy, thank you for finding us through the Arms Family Homestead.
Yay.
I hope you'll enjoy watching us.
We love us
Appreciate
some
you
Arms
subscribing.
family. They're just like, seriously, y'all. In case you're wondering, if you ever get to meet Daniel and DJ and Houston and Emily and Weston, they are exactly the same as how you meet them on TV or on YouTube. How you see them on YouTube. Doug is exactly the same. Well, except there are moments where he's like low key and calm and will, you know, just
it's hard to
serious.
stay at that level.
Yeah. And Luke.
I think most of us are how we.
Yeah, most people are, but you know, there are some people. Okay, some people have the personality where when they're on, and then when the camera's off, they're off.
Yeah.
There are some people like that.
You're who you are.
I am who I am. I can't be anybody else.
If you meet her in person, she's never met a stranger.
This is me.
Yeah.
And this is him.
Kinda.
Yeah. But now when he first started, of course I did too. I was a little uncomfortable at first, but I got over it really quick. But
I'm still a little, I guess you could say, awkward when the camera's on.
yeah, but like right now, this is you. This is how you are with me
guess.
when nobody's around. So, like Coyote Peterson, is that how he is? Is he like quiet and chill? Prairie just found Arms Family. Oh my gosh, you will love Arms Family. If you love fishing and hunting and gardening and family and cooking and family adventures, Arms Family Homestead is the channel to watch. They are so much fun. Their daughter Emily, how old is she now? Is she 11? No, she's not that old. I think maybe she's 10. I can't remember. But she is getting to hunt big game with some hunters that are on television. Like they're really big into it. It's really awesome.
And their little son Houston, he's the star of the show. He's this 5-year-old amazing gardener that knows more than most adults about gardening. So he's an awesome little kid. Of course, good parents. Can't say enough good stuff about them.
Yeah, thanks, Blue Ridge Prepper. 1870s said you guys are exactly the same. Well, and y'all are too. Y'all are too.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Let's see. Hey, Jennifer at Chaos and Grace said when she met Coyote Peterson that he's a lot calmer in person than he is on camera, which makes sense.
You want to go meet him, don't you? That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
It's your King Boy Star.
What?
It's Scotty.
Hey, Scotty.
Scotty's on
Oh,
there?
yeah, it's your King Boy Star. Goofball.
Yeah.
Hey, Scotty. Let's see. Is that why you came in here? I guess that's why Parker
That's
came
why
in
he came
here.
in here.
Scotty's his best bud, so yeah.
He's got one of his friends.
Silly. Yeet. He said yeet. Let's see. Kimberly says, I prefer people to be themselves. I do too, but it is kind of interesting to see, you know,
crazy.
when people have their on screen. I don't know, it's kind of weird to say because it's just YouTube. YouTube is just real people that just want to be on TV. I don't know. I don't know.
I thought you looked.
I was like, I don't even
happened?
know how to, because you know, we're just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was good to see Fundamental Home, Amanda.
Yeah. Oh my. Well,
And she brought Marquise and Brianna and Brian. I mean, she brought her whole crew with her, and you know, they're good friends.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
friends.
of course. Yeah, we are in real life. Some people
It's
ask,
her YouTube sister,
yeah.
Facebook sister, whatever.
She's my kindred spirit.
Yeah.
She's my, well, here's the thing, is I believe that the Lord puts people in your life, special people.
Yeah.
And she is that for me. I know that the Lord put her in my life, and she's my homegirl. Let's see. If I did live videos, y'all would see my personality more because it's unedited, off the cuff, no stopping the mess. Yeah, I love you. You know that I do.
And then you get these people that will watch one 10-minute video and then try to judge your entire life based on 10 minutes of what they saw. Because, you know, with all the love and all the friendship and all the great friends we meet, you will get those people that are the negative type, and they'll try to criticize. You know, if I accidentally tell Parker, hey, be quiet now and let me finish this story, people will think, well, my goodness, he just won't let his son talk. And it's just like, they just think that's how we treat our kids 24 hours a
Oh,
day.
you remember the banana. Y'all remember the banana? Y'all y'all remember the banana? Oh my gosh.
Real fast. I just want to say thumbs up for my friend.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's your King Boy Star.
Parker likes it when our videos
right,
get thumbs up.
Let's see. Prairie said, and thank you and Amanda for keeping up with the challenge. I know traveling made that not so convenient. I appreciate your commitment to frugal family food. Thank you. We love it. I mean, we live frugal family food. And it was funny because not long after we started Frugal Family Food, I did a 30-day pantry challenge where I was going to live out of my pantry for 30 days. And it was out of necessity, not because I wanted to, not for fun. And so I asked her, I was like, I'm going to do this 30-day pantry challenge. Do you want to do that with me? And she goes, I live it. She's like, I live the 30-day pantry challenge. I was like, well, I do too, but I'm going to try to, like, you know, I have to live on less than what we had been spending at the time. So, but yeah, we live the frugal life, and we've really had a good time doing it with other people. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, for those of you who are, I was just fixing to say like the banana.
Yeah, because Okay, we have a lot of new subscribers that may, get on here, and there's a lot of inside stuff that y'all are not aware of that we're referring to.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are new to our channel, you also need to check out Frugal Family Food.
Oh yeah.
It's a Facebook group, but they do have a lot of frugalfamilyfood.com, and then they do a lot of collaborations with a lot of YouTube channels on preparing meals and things of that. But she is 50% of the Frugal Family Food. I don't know what you call team. Yes.
Well, I say that
she's half of the team, or a third of the team.
I am co-creator of Frugal Family Food.
Yes.
Me and my good friend Amanda Bill from the Fundamental Home created it. We're just moms. We live on a tight budget, and like everybody else, when you have a tight budget, you end up falling back on the same predictable grocery hauls because you know how much it's going to cost, and you get stuck making the same thing over and over, and it just gets boring.
Thank you, volunteer.
And when it gets boring, then you are more tempted to go out to eat or things like that. So Frugal Family Food was born out of the idea that we wanted to get other frugal family recipes out there. We invited other YouTube channels to share those recipes. We've been doing this collaboration now for over 2 years, and now it's been from that we've had a Frugal Family Food community born. It's over 100,000 members strong. We have frugalfamilyfood.com, and it's just amazing. We're having a great time and learning so much, and everyone is just great.
Yeah, so I thought it would be very appropriate to mention that since we've gotten a few new subscribers, mostly due to the amazing YouTubers that plugged us this weekend,
Parker.
and we're grateful for that.
So let's see. I was gonna answer something. Oh, okay. So the banana story, really quick. A couple of years ago, I guess.
You tell the banana story. I'll be right back.
Okay. So one of my grocery hauls from a long time ago. I had bought some bananas, and Parker had already eaten a banana. He had been eating everything in the house, and it wasn't long before dinner. And so he asked if he could have a banana, and I said no. And yeah, so a lot of people were like, why can't he have a banana? My kid can have any fruit that they want. I allow free range on fruit and veggies. And I'm like, that's great. Good for you. But here we got to make sure things last. And plus I had all the other things. He had already eaten. We were getting ready to eat again. And so no, he can't have another banana. I'm sorry. I'm a mean mom. Sue me. No, don't sue me. Don't sue me. But you know what I'm saying?
Don't even say stuff like that.
I know, but
oh my gosh.
I tell my kids no. And I apologize to no one.
We get home from a long trip. When you're gone on a trip, even if it's a short weekend trip, and you come home and you have a ton of laundry to do, and then the heating element in your dryer goes out. That's what happened to us today.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. # real life. Let's see.
I hope I've got some uniforms to wear tomorrow.
See, Jennifer, I know. I'm a terrible, terrible mom, but I would not let my son have all the things that he wants, right? 5 boys, 20 to 15. So you know the damage a boy can do to a pantry, right?
Love Frugal Family Food dinner.
Oh, we thank y'all so much. Let's see. Our Apron said dinner tonight was black bean burgers with cheddar rose. Are you kidding me? We actually talked about that. What is your first name so I know who you are on Frugal Family Food?
I ate a black bean burger over at Luke's store.
Oh, it was good, wasn't it?
First black bean burger I'd ever had.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Oh, no, it's not. It was the first black bean burger I'd ever had in Michigan.
It's the first black bean burger that you ever had that you actually
ate.
Because I made some one time and I had to eat them all by myself because nobody liked them.
I had forgotten that you made them. I'm sorry about that.
Well, that's okay. Let's see. Oh, so you're Lori. Okay. Yeah, that's what Lori is referring to is something that we talked about in the Frugal Family Food Challenge. So that was really funny. Good joke. You told me about the meatloaf. Okay, you're awesome. Yes, very good.
Any tips for pancake mix? I have three pancake mixes.
Wait a minute, who said
She's
that?
from Nashville.
Oh, hey, Sandra. Pancake mixes. Okay, you can use pancake mix. Do you like onion rings? You can use that as the batter. You can do, I've even seen where people do apple fritters. You just take an apple and you core it and slice it. And then when you make your pancake batter up, add like cinnamon and sugar and nutmeg, and then dip your apple in it and fry it. And then boom, you have apple fritters. I don't know, what else could you do with it? Of course, you can make waffles with it if you have a waffle maker. But really, outside of that, I don't know. I would have to do some research.
Yeah.
But those are just some ideas. Hey, Allison, what's up?
That's like impromptu frugal family exercises right there.
Yes, it is. Well, we do have one of our challenges.
Frugal family improv.
One of our challenges in the low spend challenge is to use up things that you already have and to get creative. Yeah, so I'll try that. I have not made sheet pan pancakes. And I've never made a Dutch baby either. Is that the same thing? I don't think it's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing, but I've not made either one of those. Do and apple fritters. Okay, video. Oh, that I would have to do one. I gotta get some apples first. Speaking of apples, did you know that when we moved here, both of my apple trees finally were loaded in apple blossoms, and I don't get any of them. Sadness.
It blossomed full, and then we sold the house.
And then we sold the house. But you know what? We are so blessed here, y'all. I wish I could have every single one of y'all over. This house is amazing. The Lord has been good to us. We love living here, and it really is a prayer answered. So, let's see. Monterre says that she has the clothesline that Allison's talking about, and yeah, that was the thing. I'm just like, I have nothing to hang them on. I have clothesline out at the other house. We don't have one set up here. But that's okay. We had some stuff in the washer. We hung them over doors, and now they're dry. So, ooh, that sounds good too. Lost most of our peach tree in the last storm. Oh no!
I heard that. Yeah, over there where he lives and where Amy's at,
Flooding.
it's flooding. They're getting dumped on, just inches and inches of rain.
I'm gonna have to do that. That would cut down so much time. Allison said at Life of a Homemaker, grease a pan and pour the whole batter and bake it for 15 or so minutes at 350, then cut it into squares. I love that idea. So then you get one whole pancake and you just cut it up and you don't have to sit there and dip and flip and dip and flip. That's a great idea. I'll have to.
That's awesome.
I'll have to try that. If you want to make your own pancake mix, I have a recipe here on the channel. It's really simple, it's really good, and it's very frugal. So you can look it up.
I'm getting sleepy, and our time is up.
I know that's code for it's time to get off. So Hillbilly Homestead said we fixed our heating element by watching YouTube and ordered the part on Amazon. Man, isn't YouTube like the best place ever? You can learn so much, good or bad. You got to be careful about what you watch, but it's very, very informative. Actually, if you want to know how to clean, if you have a Dyson vacuum cleaner and you want to know how to clean it, Life of a Homemaker has a really great video on how to do that. And I've seen it before, but now that I have a Dyson and it's time for it to be cleaned, I have to go back and watch her video. So a lot of great how-to videos. Valerie said, I hang my wet clothes on hangers and hang them on the shower today or on the door trim. Okay, cool. Lots of comments about how you do wrong. If it works for you, it should work for me. So I'm okay with that. So maybe don't follow my lead. You're funny.
Well, that's one reason we do what we do, so we can collaborate and share ideas and just help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, you guys have a blessed evening. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to check out SSL Dad channel and that 1870s Homestead. Subscribe to them. Show them some love.
1870s Homestead. As Todd would say from 1870s Homes. That's the other Todd at SSL Dad.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we now know two awesome Todds in Michigan.
Yep, that's awesome.
Sorry, I really couldn't get that out. All right, so thanks for watching.
Yep.
If you have not checked out the other channels we mentioned, please go do that. If you are new to our channel, thank you so much. We're going to try to put out some good videos this next week
Oh, speaking
from
of
our trip.
really quick, guess what we did today? We got new editing software. So hopefully our video quality will start getting a little better as we learn how to use it.
That's our next step in
I'm
the
excited.
progress. So yes, stick with us a few more weeks and see how bad or worse we get.
Oh gosh. Okay. Y'all have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.